Hello and welcome to Warmy.io YouTube channel. I'll be your host for today. My name is Eduardo, Ed for short. And let me ask you this. If your audience is mostly using Gmail, why would you warm up your inbox equally for Yahoo, Gmail, or Outlook? Today, I want to show you a small, even overlooked sometimes, feature from Warmy.io, and this feature can make a big difference in how your emails land. It's called Warmup Preferences. It's incredibly simple. It's just a slider, but behind that simplicity is a strategic way to improve your email deliverability by focusing your warmup on the email service providers your contacts actually use. But before we dive in, do me a favor, like this video, hit subscribe, and most important of all, visit Warmy.io and try our free tools. And if you feel you need to bring your emails to the next level, sign in and start a trial at Warmy.io. You'll immediately see how email warmup boosts your reputation and how this preference tool makes it even easier. Let's quickly set the stage. Email warmup is the process of building trust with email service providers, gradually increasing your sending activity and engaging so your emails don't land in spam. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Not all inboxes are created equal. Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo, custom SMTPs, they each have different algorithms, filtering systems, and trust models. So if you're sending to a mostly Gmail audience, it doesn't make too much sense to warm up to Outlook the same way or the same quantity. Or if you are B2B and most of your leads are using Microsoft 365, focusing email warmup on Gmail won't help you outreach much. And that's where warmup preferences comes in. Let's take a look together and let's see how we get there. So first, we are here at Warmy.io website. I'm here in the home page and I'm gonna sign in. And here's our dashboard. Here you can see we have a few updates, news, and everything you can explore inside Warmy.io. So first, we go to our profiles. Then here in my profile, in this small menu, you can see warmup preferences. Here we just click, it loads, and here we are. Right now, I have nothing selected. So it auto distributes 100%. What does it mean? It tries to identify where it is needed the most to warm up your emails. Before I go on how to use this tool, let me show you how my email is going. Okay, so how do we see where it is needed the most? First, we go to Warmy homepage, then under free tools, we have email deliverability test. We have a video showing you how to do the email deliverability test. Just click here. We're gonna have a link somewhere up here so you can see how we do it. But we can see after we do the email deliverability test, we're gonna have the results of the placement test. So you can see my overall deliverability is below 80%. Why? On Microsoft 365 and iCloud, I am mostly going to spam. On iCloud, I'm 100% going to spam, and Microsoft 365, I'm 80% and 20 unreceived, maybe bouncing. So as you can see, my Gmail is 100% okay. So should I warm up for Gmail? Here, where I need it the most is Microsoft 365. So we have to think about first our prospects using mostly Gmail, our prospects using Microsoft 365, iCloud, Zoho, Zoho Pro. Then after we discovered it, we can see where we are needed the most. But should I only warm up my email on the places that says 100% spam or 80% spam? No. If my prospects use mostly Gmail, even though it's 100%, I want to keep it at 100%. So I should be always using warmup to the emails that I use the most. Think of this as going to the gym. You go to the gym to keep healthy, not only to get big and strong. You can get big and strong, but the main reason you're going to the gym is to stay healthy. If you stop going to the gym because you are already fit, you're gonna lose all the progress. You're gonna lose being healthy and fit over time. Email warmup works exactly the same way. So we should be still warming up even though we are 100% if we use Gmail. But let's use our tool to set up how much I want. Let's say I want my Microsoft 365 to be also good, and let's focus here because my prospects use mostly Gmail and Microsoft 365. So now that I know that I need a lot of Microsoft 365, let's go again to our warm-up preferences. We see the slides. I will activate Gmail because some of our prospects use a lot of Gmail, and Microsoft 365 because I want to fix it and make it so it doesn't land in the spam as much as it is landing now. So I get the slider and get it big. Now the warm-up preference is telling me I'm gonna focus a lot more on Microsoft 365 than Gmail. So we can adjust how much we want. If I want 100% Microsoft 365, I just disable and get it to 100%. If I wanted 50% on Microsoft 365 and the rest it distributes for all the other emails to warm up, then I just leave it at 50%. If I wanted to just focus on Microsoft 365 and Gmail, then I activate Gmail and 50-50. Or maybe in my case, like 85% Microsoft 365 and 15 for Gmail. You can balance as many emails as you want, for example. So here I gave it a little bit of space and put more Outlook, for example. I can put as many as I want. I can leave it some leeway so the tool will warm up everything a little bit, like 10% for every other email, 10% exclusively to Outlook, 50% exclusively to Microsoft 365, and 30% for Gmail. You will balance according to your strategy. If you have a strategy for your clients, you need data of where they are, you come here and choose what ESPs you want to warm up the most. You can even use your private SMTP here. And by the way, this ties in something we talked about before here, which is trust is the new currency in email. You are not landing in your prospects' main inboxes because the ESPs are not trusting you, and you are warming up so they trust you more. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. Just click here in a link that will be somewhere in this video. It goes in a deeper analysis in building trust with ESPs and how this is the foundation of deliverability. And make sure you're subscribed to this channel, because then you won't miss any of our feature videos. We, like now, break this stuff constantly in real language with real tools. Okay, now a few quick tips and things you can avoid inside here. Tip number 1. Unless you have data that 100% of your prospects or your target audience uses only one email, let's say your audience for certain only uses Gmail, your website only accepts Gmails, then you can put 100% in one email, but we don't recommend it. It should be fine to start with something like, let's say 30% Microsoft, 60% Gmail, and 10% Outlook, depending on what kind of service or product you have and your target audience. But only use 100% in one ESP, even if you want to warm up a specific one, like I showed here, to warm up Microsoft 365 as it was 100% not landing in the main inbox. Even though I want to warm up Microsoft 365 a lot, I wouldn't just warm up it. As I said, I would do a little bit of Gmail, a little bit of Microsoft 365, Yahoo, and let like 10% so the tool could choose to warm up for the other ESPs. And doing this, you can do a mistake that I will try to remember you to always take a look. If you set up warm-up preferences, it will stay the way you set up. Don't forget about it. If you're warming up 60% Gmail and then you need more for Microsoft 365 later, you have to remember you set up the Warmup preferences to be like this, and you have to come back later to adapt it for your situation. Like, for example, if you start a new campaign, if you have a new product, a different segmentation that you're doing right now, don't forget to change your email Warmup preferences according to the campaign you are rolling or your necessity based on your target audience. And first one was a tip, second one was the mistake you can be making of not coming back and adjusting your Warmup preference. And tip number 3, combine this feature with reply simulation and positive engagement, which Warmy does for you, but it can do for you tailored for ESPs, which works even better. And that's it. Warmup preferences might look super simple, and it is, but it's like a GPS for your sender reputation. You're gonna be guiding it where to go. Set your direction and focus your Warmup preferences where it really counts. If you found this helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to go in the website and check warmy.io, especially our free tools to start improving your email deliverability right now. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Bye bye.